A lot for the time because, like, you know, it's late and I'm getting ready to go to bed. So it's kind of like, he said, that ceasefire. I like him a lot. Tree era right now, which is cool. It's cool. He's doing well. I'm very proud of him, how far he's come. For real. Okie dokie, artichoke. I'm gonna get something more calming, I guess, if you want to say. I'm thinking a little more sex would be cool. Maybe not music. I, I want these damn. Let's try it. I want these videos to play, but they won't. I guess I could try one more time. Mm, let's try this one. Something calmer, like for bedtime type shit. I don't want to start lagging. Play. If it starts lagging, just know that. Let's see. Good morning. Because I don't see you. Good afternoon, good evening, good night. Mm, it keeps crashing on me. I don't know what the fuck the problem is, but it does. I'm gonna keep trying. Shit, it got me fucked up. I'm gonna keep on trying. Oops, that's way too big.
On March 1st, 2024, Sydney, a 26-year-old semi-driver, was crossing the 2nd Street Bridge when everything went wrong. A pickup truck swerved into her lane, causing a devastating crash that left her truck dangling over the Ohio River for about 40 agonizing minutes. Sydney
That had to
genuinely
be
believed
scary.
she was going to die and even considered unbuckling her seatbelt and jumping out.
Oh hell no!
But instead, she drew on her military training to stay calm and pray for rescue.
Why would you unbuckle your seatbelt and try to get out? That's crazy. Oh shit!
After what must have felt like an eternity, firefighters finally arrived and pulled her to
That's
safety.
crazy.
The pickup driver responsible was later charged on multiple counts. Sydney has since returned
I
to
wonder what
doing
happened.
deliveries and has been back on the road for over a year now. But this was only number one of the 20 most disturbing dashcam moments. And trust me, it gets more disturbing from here, including footage where a biker burned alive. In this terrifying dashcam video, a man was driving his 2004 Subaru Forester XT down Angeles Crest Highway in California, where segments reach
I started the
elevations above
beginning of these already, so
7,000
I saw like
feet.
the first
Driving
few
at these heights can
in
be
the other
extremely
video
dangerous,
before
and
it
things
crashed
can
on
go
me.
wrong in an instant, which is exactly what happened here. While cruising along, he pointed his phone out the window to record the scenery, and when he finished recording, he decided to really push the accelerator. But this was not the place to speed up. His view was
Obviously.
completely blocked by the tunnel ahead, and he had
Wait, they
no
say start
idea
taking
what was
pictures?
waiting on the other side.
What the fuck
Right
are you
after
taking pictures
exiting the
of?
tunnel, there was a sharp
Why not pull
turn,
over and
and
take
he
the pictures?
swerved violently and lost control.
Oh my god. People are so different. How would he be taking a picture while he's driving? Oh no.
The car began to roll off the edge, but then something miraculous happened. It stopped on a rock wall, part of a drainage pipe that literally saved his life. Had that drainage pipe not been there, the Subaru would have tumbled hundreds of feet down the mountainside. It's terrifying to think how close he came to certain death.
He
This
didn't die?
dashcam video captures what
Smart.
started as an ordinary shift for cab driver Ralph Roletta in Reading, Pennsylvania. It was his very
Reading?
first
That's
ride of
funny.
the day on a Monday at 4:30 p.m., and he was stopped at a light while the rider in the back sat slouched down in his seat. Then, everything changed in an instant. The rider suddenly sat up and demanded that Ralph hand over everything he had, and you can hear the panic in Ralph's voice as he realizes what's happening.
Everything I got, man.
Keep your hand where I can see him.
I just started.
What else you got?
I just started.
He's getting robbed?
I don't have anything in my
We
wallet.
can do it the hard way, or we can do it the easy way, man. Let me see your wallet, and let me see your
I would be like the hard way,
phone
please.
right now,
Thank you.
if you don't want to die, man.
Okay.
You
But
gonna
what the
kill me,
robber
bro?
didn't know was that a police cruiser
Are
had
you
stopped at
serious?
the same light
Oh,
directly behind
yeah, they got his
them.
ass.
During the robbery, the light for their lane turned green, but when the officer noticed the cab wasn't moving, he activated his lights and stepped out to
No
investigate.
shit. Caught.
Get out. Get out.
He probably never imagined. The cops was gonna be right there. That's funny as fuck.
Almost lighter out of the cab, where the suspect was quickly detained and arrested. He was later charged with multiple offenses. Had the police cruiser not been right behind Ralph at that exact moment, this could have ended very differently. This trucker was on a delivery near Calais in France when his dash cam captured a terrifying moment of a violent ambush. Multiple refugees along the highway used an improvised roadblock made of tree branches to force the trucker to stop. These migrants had fled from their refugee camp earlier that same day after rioting because police were trying to shut it down, and they planned to hijack the truck. They hurled rocks and chunks of concrete at the cab, with 2 lumps of granite smashing through the windscreen.
Ran over all of them.
The trucker, Mickey, later described the moment as petrifying, saying he feared for his life and genuinely thought he might not make it out alive. Despite the chaos, Young pushed through the roadblock and escaped with facial injuries, requiring hospital treatment and around $3,000 in truck damage.
Oh, he pushed through. That's what I would have done too. Y'all got me fucked up. I would have. Over hella bodies. I don't give 2 fucks. You got me fucked up. If it's me or you, it's gonna be you, buddy. Every time. It started lagging here last time, just a heads up. Shit just keeps lagging. And then it'll shut down on me.
It's disturbing to think what would have happened had he stopped or hesitated even for a moment. But things are about to get a whole lot more messed up as we continue. In the early hours of January 3rd, 2020, the dashcam driver and his wife had just crossed the border into Mexico minutes earlier when they came across what looked like a simple roadblock with several people standing nearby. As they approached, a car in the middle lane moved forward, and men outside waved them through. It seemed safe enough. However, just as the driver moved forward, a pickup truck suddenly pulled in front, blocking their path, while people started banging on the windows and trying to force open the doors.
I would have been backing the fuck up. As soon as I saw all those cars, I would have backed up immediately. I would have never driven into all those cars. No fucking chance. Oh, smart. Good job. There we go.
It's the cartel.
Oh, it's the cartel? That's scary. What do they want? Hit him. Run him over. Oh, hell no. No chance. Wow. What do they want? His car? Wow. That had to be scary as fuck. Do they want his car?
This was a coordinated cartel-style roadblock designed to steal vehicles and rob drivers, and possibly even worse. But the driver reacted instantly, maneuvering around the blocking cars and speeding away in the opposite direction before they could trap him. While that driver managed to escape, not everyone gets away so easily.
Aww.
In 2020, Aaron Pazant and Logan Howard, 2 American birdwatchers from Indiana, were driving along a remote back road in Mexico searching for tropical birds to photograph. Everything seemed peaceful until a truck suddenly roared past them, and armed gunmen emerged from the vehicle, creating instant chaos.
No, please. What?
From inside the car, you can see the panic set in immediately as the men realize what's happening. The armed men surrounded the car and began questioning them.
I would have been running over people,
making sure they weren't spies or undercover officers in their territory.
Go. No.
I would have went. He talking about no, please. Let's go, motherfucker. Go.
Please, what? No, Espanol, please. We're just... I'm about to pass out. Logan, don't. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay.
No problem, okay?
Why are they driving around Mexico in the back
No
ends
problem.
and shit?
What's your name?
There's no problem why y'all pulling out guns on people.
After demanding their names and the purpose of their trip, the cartel members were apparently satisfied and released them. The entire encounter was captured on their dash cam, and to this day, the identity of the gunmen remains unknown, whether they were civilian patrols fighting cartels or cartel members themselves. On August 18th, 2020, Tyler Day was driving through Napa County on Highway 128 when he found himself trapped in the middle of the LNU Lightning Complex wildfire.
Wow.
The fire had started just one day earlier, fueled by thousands of lightning strikes, a record heat wave, and strong winds. And by the time Tyler was on that road, it was already burning completely out of control.
Before he got where he was?
Blowing through.
I think he drove
From his
into the
dash
fire.
cam, you can see walls of flames on both sides of the highway. Trees were collapsing across the road. The pavement was melting beneath his tires, and thick smoke had turned day into night. Tyler had no choice but to keep driving forward, navigating through burning debris with practically zero visibility. He made it out alive, but the fire claimed 6 lives and injured 5 others. At the time of Tyler's drive, the fire was 0% contained and wouldn't be fully extinguished for another 45 days, ultimately burning over 350,000 acres. It's absolutely terrifying to watch someone drive through what looks like the apocalypse. On February 26, 2022, near Colina in Chile, a driver's dash cam captured a chilling carjacking attempt on a freeway ramp. A white car ahead can be seen braking erratically and moving suspiciously as it approaches a tunnel. Sensing something was off, the driver keeps his distance. Suddenly, the white car comes to a complete stop, and at least 4 armed men leap out, rushing toward the driver's vehicle in an attempted carjacking.
Oh, hell no. Yes. Smart. I love this driver. This driver
But the driver had sensed trouble from the start and had the reflex to keep a safe distance. Reacting in a split second, he accelerates hard, ramming into the white car and ripping its door completely off while speeding away to safety. The attackers barely managed to get out of the way. What's remarkable is how calm the driver remained throughout the entire ordeal.
I love that.
His quick reaction and awareness kept him safe, and some people who watched the footage speculated this may not have been his first encounter with carjackers. To this day, there's no information on whether the carjackers were ever caught. On the subreddit Truckers, one user posted a disturbing video titled, "Guy on Highway Throws a Bike on a Semi." In this dashcam footage, a semi-driver is traveling down a dark highway when, out of nowhere, a man suddenly appears and shoves a bicycle directly into the path of the truck at the very last second. However, the driver hardly reacted and kept the truck steady. At first glance, it seemed like nothing more than some attempted robbery. If the driver had swerved, the semi could have flipped over or lost control, leaving it vulnerable and easy to loot.
Why not be like, oh, I need a ride?
Dashcam footage from Paducah, Kentucky captured a gigantic streak of lightning so massive that 2 separate cruisers recorded it. The first police car was farther away, and its footage shows the sheer length of the lightning bolt stretching across the sky. But the second police car was much closer, and what that dashcam captured is absolutely terrifying.
What is it?
The lightning struck a nearby residence, barely missing the officer parked just feet away. The explosion of light and sound is almost overwhelming to watch.
If you could go back through it. Well, 2 reasons. One, it would be...
Oh, shit. That was crazy. Oh, my God.
Fortunately, everyone survived unharmed, but it was a moment the officer will never forget.
I bet.
This Uber dashcam footage was posted by Reddit user Noil948 and starts off like any regular ride, a driver picking up passengers and taking them to their destination. At first, nothing seems out of the ordinary. Then, without warning, everything changes in the worst way possible. The man in the front passenger seat suddenly grabs the steering wheel and violently yanks it, trying to steer the car directly into an oncoming truck. The Uber driver fights desperately for control and manages to stop just before impact.
What is wrong with him? He wants to die today? Do you think they're going to take me with him? Hell no. No fucking chance, buddy. Wow. Keep it. Ugh.
The saboteur immediately jumps out and flees. The driver chases after
Why?
him briefly before returning to his passengers. This was likely an attempted insurance scam, but the Uber's cameras captured everything,
Wait,
proving
the passengers
the driver's
aren't
innocence.
with the guy?
The most disturbing part is that there was a woman and children in the back seat, meaning this endangered an entire family for profit. While it's unclear whether the suspect was ever caught,
Was it a
the
shared
driver's
ride?
quick reflexes may have saved
weird.
multiple lives that day. On September 24th, 2024, a horrific accident occurred on the M12 Vostok toll road near Moscow.
Oh my God.
A 25-year-old entrepreneur from Tatarstan, known as Molodoi, was behind the wheel of his black Audi RS5, tearing down the highway at over 180 miles per hour when everything went horribly wrong.
Of course.
The dashcam
Why
footage
are you
captures the
traveling at
moment a truck
180 miles
begins
per hour?
changing lanes to the left, and just seconds later, the Audi slams into it at unimaginable speed. The collision was absolutely
I
catastrophic.
know they were dead.
The force of the impact sent the sports car underneath the truck, completely shearing off the
Dead.
roof.
How could you be driving 180 miles per hour? Anywhere. And just mentally unstable, I think. I can't pause it to talk because I feel like it's gonna start skipping. This is the first time I've ever played this long, so bear with me. Wow. That is devastating.
At the time of the crash, the Audi was still traveling at around 165 kilometers per hour, more than twice the legal speed limit. When rescuers arrived on scene, they worked desperately to extract the driver from what was left of the mangled wreckage.
How?
But unfortunately, he didn't make it.
Of course.
When police examined the crash site, they discovered something disturbing. The car had no license plates. They were later found hidden in the trunk. As it turned out, Molodoi had a notorious reputation for reckless driving, racking up about 100 traffic violations and nearly 100,000 rubles in fines.
I think he probably did it
This
on
wasn't
purpose.
his first time pushing his Audi RS5 to dangerous speeds, but it would tragically be his last. On April 29th, 2013, a driver near Bagram Air Base in Afghanistan captured something absolutely horrifying on dashcam.
What?
A Boeing 747-400 cargo plane had just taken off, bound for Dubai with 7 crew members aboard. The massive aircraft was loaded with 207 tons of cargo, including 5 enormous military vehicles known as MRAPs, each weighing between 12 and 18 tons. From the ground, everything seemed normal as the plane climbed into the sky. Then, everything went horribly wrong. The plane suddenly pitched upward at an extreme angle, stalled completely, and plummeted nose first toward the ground, erupting in a massive fireball.
Wow. Look at that shit. Oh my God. Wow. If that's not AI, that's fucking crazy. Wow. Wow. It's crazy. It's realistic.
During
Everybody's on that
takeoff,
plane dead.
one of the improperly secured MRAPs broke free and severed 2 critical hydraulic systems, rendering the aircraft completely uncontrollable. All 7 crew members were killed. Investigators found that National Air Cargo had failed to properly restrain the cargo, and the plane was overloaded.
Wow.
It's absolutely heartbreaking to think about what that dashcam driver witnessed, a tragic reminder of how one mistake can cost multiple lives.
Yeah.
This surveillance footage was recorded from a
the
pickup
cargo
truck in
plane.
Chile. The driver had just pulled into a highway turnaround lane when the car in front of him began to slow down and eventually came to a stop. Then, the door swung open and 2 men got out.
Oh, shit.
One of them armed with a handgun.
Look how
First,
tight
the driver
that is.
tried to reverse, but there was another car right behind him blocking his escape.
Straight up.
The only way
That's what I
out
would do
was
too.
forward. He pushed his way
I
through,
love that.
ramming the attacker's car
right.
and breaking free back onto the highway.
That's right.
During the collision, the attacker's brake lights came on, but the impact barely affected the pickup truck. The
Good.
footage was later handed over to police to help identify the men and was also uploaded online.
Straight up.
Within a few days,
Get
the
out
real
my way.
owner of the car recognized it as his. It had been stolen several days earlier. This led police to believe the men were attempting to carjack the pickup as well, using a stolen vehicle to commit yet another crime.
Wow.
Fortunately, the driver's quick thinking and willingness to ram his way out saved him from what could have been a much worse situation.
Definitely.
On a normal Sunday in Shiprock, New Mexico, a trucker was making a routine delivery when a pickup truck made a reckless U-turn right in front of him. The trucker honked in warning, but that turned out to be a massive mistake. The pickup driver got upset and started chasing him down the highway, blaring his horn in retaliation. At first, the trucker laughed it off, but then things escalated quickly.
Why is he following
the pickup
me?
signaled to the right and pulled over, clearly wanting to confront him. Sensing something was off, the trucker kept driving and began memorizing the license plate while calling the police.
There's a guy that's driving a semi-truck and he's trying to run into me. His license plate is 6210, New Mexico. He's all over the road. He did a U-turn. He drove by me and flipped me off. I'm not for sure what's going on.
But while he was on the call, the situation took a terrifying turn. The pickup driver suddenly stopped in the middle of the road and aimed a shotgun directly at the trucker's windshield.
He just aimed a gun at me. He just aimed a shotgun. He just aimed a shotgun at me. He just aimed a shotgun. Get the police out here, please. He just aimed a double-barrel shotgun and rolled his window down. I had to duck.
The trucker was in complete shock, but continued following at a safe distance while staying on line with the police. And then it happened again. The driver aimed the gun at him a second time.
Oh no, please don't shoot him. He's just really not gonna be funny.
He just aimed his gun at me again. He just aimed the gun at me
He sounds funny. It's the way he's saying it. I swear.
He aimed a gun at me again, and he's headed back towards the hospital.
The trucker who submitted the video later reported that the driver was eventually caught and charged, though it's unclear what the final outcome.
He just aimed a shotgun at me. He just aimed a shotgun. Get the police out here, please. He just aimed a double-barrel shotgun and rolled his window down.
On November 19th, 2017, in Clearwater, Florida, 2 police officers were responding to a routine captured something absolutely insane. Just 2 minutes after they arrived, a small plane appeared in the sky, descending rapidly, and it was heading straight toward them. The plane's right wing clipped a tree, sending the aircraft spinning out of control before it slammed into the side of the road, right where the officers had been standing moments before.
Oh my God.
Just minutes earlier, 61-year-old pilot Mark Allen Benedict had taken off from a nearby airport with 1 passenger aboard. Shortly into the flight, the engine started failing. Mark reported the emergency back to the airport, but he couldn't make it back to the runway. With the engine getting worse, Mark had no choice but to attempt an emergency landing on the road below. By pure chance, that same road already had 2 police cruisers parked there to witness the entire crash. Miraculously, despite the violent impact, Mark and his passenger walked away with only minor injuries.
Go, Mark.
And nobody on the ground was hurt.
Good job,
it's
Mark.
incredible that everyone survived what could have easily been a
deserves
fatal
a medal.
accident. On May 10th, Paul Lau, a 67-year-old Lyft driver, pulled into an Arco gas station for what should have been a routine stop. As he refueled and washed his car in the quiet of the night, an ominous figure crept through the back door. Then, the nightmare began. The suspect approached Lau with a gun pointed directly at him, demanding his wallet and possessions.
Why am I no money? I'm a Lyft driver.
The armed man waved his gun menacingly
I'm no
while
money.
forcing
You're a Lyft
Lau
driver.
into conversation as he took his cash and demanded the car keys. But when Lau explained the car was keyless, the suspect viciously struck him in the face with the gun, fracturing his nose. The brutal attack left Lau with both physical injuries and serious trauma from the encounter. Luckily, Lau survived. But it's a harsh reminder of how vulnerable rideshare drivers can be during late-night shifts. In early January 2016, Christopher Telford was heading home in Lancaster, England, testing out his new head-mounted camera to capture footage of the countryside. He captured something else entirely. Traveling around 60 miles per hour, he topped a blind hill and spotted a BMW trying to pass another vehicle in the opposite lane, headed straight toward him. The BMW didn't slow down. It actually seemed to speed up, trying to beat him to the gap. Christopher slammed on his brakes, but they locked up and sent his car sliding sideways until he hit the wall and flipped onto his side.
Oh my God.
What happened next might be the most British reaction to a car crash ever recorded.
British? That was a bit racist. the most British? He's gonna get out and ask the other guy if he's okay?
Well,
Is that like British?
scary.
Fuck, that's scary. No, that's hilarious.
Yeah. I'm uninjured.
Oh, good.
His compact Toyota Yaris absorbed most of the impact, and he walked away with only minor bumps and bruises. Had the BMW been going any faster, this could have ended much worse. On February 26, 2025, a driver in Baton Rouge, Louisiana had just finished his evening kickboxing
I've heard a lot about
training
that city,
and was
Baton
heading
Rouge.
home
I've
on
heard that
what
name
seemed
a lot
like
of
a
times.
completely normal Wednesday night. The footage shows him waiting at a traffic light with nothing out of the ordinary happening. Just ahead, a black car sits in the intersection preparing to make a left turn. Then, in a split second, everything changed in the most horrific way imaginable.
Whoa,
Out of nowhere, a motorcycle comes flying into the frame at an estimated 160 miles per hour and slams into the side of the black car with brutal force. The impact is so intense that the car bursts into flames instantly. The motorcyclist is thrown to the ground, still on fire.
He's on fire? Oh, that's him? Oh my god, you better roll, you fucking dum-dum. 160 miles per hour on a fucking two-wheel vehicle. Just an idiot.
This truck was traveling along a Mexican highway, the driver and his assistant going about what seemed like a routine delivery. The dashcam footage shows everything appeared normal at first, but then two vehicles suddenly pulled up alongside them. Armed gang members jumped out and rushed toward the truck. The driver and assistant immediately raised their hands as weapons were pointed directly at them. The assistant was forced out first.
I'm not raising my hand.
Then one of the gang members climbed into the cab and ordered the driver out at gunpoint. Another gang member jumped behind the wheel and drove off, leaving both men stranded on the side of the road. The entire coordinated hijacking was over in seconds. But if you want to see more disturbing dashcam moments, watch this video next. Also, make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed this video.
Wow, it's the first time I did that. That was interesting. Very interesting video. Yeah, that was interesting. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see if another one will play, because that one played all the way through, and I'm shocked. I'm flabbergasted. Can't lie to you. So let's try this one. See if it will play. Because it didn't play earlier. Make it a little bit bigger. I'm scared to really touch it, don't be real. Okay, make it a little bigger. Okay, so it keeps freezing on me. I'm trying to watch the video. Let's try this one again. I'm gonna keep trying because it should fucking work. And the fact that it's not is just stupid. Why is it not working? Okay. Here we go.
Pay attention to Savannah Spurlock, 23 years old, through a parking garage in downtown Lexington at 3:30 in the morning on January 4th, 2019.
It's lagging, so
Security cameras capture her moving between three men she met just
hours earlier. Not even the
same
girl at the beginning.
Steady on her feet, but visibly intoxicated, wearing no coat despite the freezing Kentucky winter. She has less than 3 hours left to live. Because David Sparks, 24, walking just steps behind her, has finally found what he's been waiting for his entire life. A completely defenseless victim with no way to escape.
Where'd I go?
This footage from the park tear apart a Kentucky community and end with a horrifying discovery in an unsuspecting family's strawberry patch. Savannah Spurlock lived in Richmond, Kentucky, a small town where everyone